It is in the most humble of opinions that the story of Jesus washing the disciples' feet is the most important lesson for a person to learn, understand, and implement in the whole Bible. It is a lesson that makes the most impact on the world and the people around you. The story can be found at Mark 13 verses 1 to 17. As the feast of Passover drew near, Jesus was aware that his hour had come to depart from this world and to go to the Father. He had loved his own who were in the world, and he loved them to the end. The devil had already put it into the mind of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. During supper, Jesus, fully aware that the Father had entrusted all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was returning to God, got up from the table, removed his outer garments, and took a towel that he tied around his waist. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with a towel wrapped around his waist. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered, "You do not understand now what I am doing, but later you will understand." Peter said to him, "You shall never wash my feet." Jesus replied, "Unless I wash you, you will have no share with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, then wash not only my feet, but also my hands and my head." Jesus then said, "Anyone who is bathed has no need to wash further, except for his feet, for he is clean all over. You also are clean, although not every one of you is clean." He knew the one who was going to betray him. That is why he added the words, "Not every one of you is clean." After he had finished washing their feet, and had once again put on his outer garments, he reclined at table and said to them, "Do you understand what I have done for you? You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. So if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have given you an example. What I have done for you, you should also do. Amen, amen, I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them." The first thing that comes to mind is washing the feet of people who walked around in sandals, who lived 2,000 years ago, was a pretty bad job. I bet the disciples' feet weren't a pleasant thing to clean. But that is also part of the point. A leader should be serving those around him in the most humble ways. And everyone has a chance to be a leader. Do the worst job, the one that no one wants to do, and do it with humility and without resentment. This is also a good tip for any young person starting out in the workforce, or anyone who gets a new job. Once you are there, find out the thing at work that no one wants to do and get great at it. That is a sure way to succeed. The fact that Jesus also washes his disciples' feet is an important part. Jesus doesn't line up strangers to wash their feet one by one, but those closest to him. First, to help others, you must help those around you first. First, take care of your family, then your street, then your community, then city, then state, then country. What is the point of helping your state or country when your family is falling apart? Serving those who are directly around you changes the world in a more direct way, a more permanent way. Say you want to help the rainforest, or save the planet from climate change. That is too abstract and too big and involves geopolitics. What would be much more valuable use of your time is to help those directly around you. Is there an old woman who lives on your street? Go speak to them, bring them food, eat dinner with them, take them for a walk. You need to serve the people you can look in the eye first. It doesn't mean people far away don't need help. It's about where to focus your energy now. We will get to the problems further away, just not yet. A small group of people can fully change the world. but you need to be a small, tight-knit group. Look no further than the early Christians. From the 12 disciples within 20 years after Jesus died, there were followers of Christ in Rome. Within 100 years, followers of Christ were a serious force within the Roman Empire and the known world, while being persecuted and put to death. Yet still they grew, from 12 disciples who got their feet washed by their leader in a small room. Throughout history you have clubs and groups where like-minded people discuss topics and things of interest. Benjamin Franklin created many clubs and associations, even a volunteer fire company. One of the most used words Jesus uses to describe people he doesn't want you to emulate is hypocrites. Leading from the front is how you do that. Jesus didn't go and give a speech how leaders should serve others. He showed through action. The action part of this cannot be overstated. We live in a world of, someone else will do it. I will record it, post about how I feel about it, but not take action. This is the easiest to say and the hardest to do. You need to realize when serving others a lot of it will pass without a thank you, and many times unappreciated. And you cannot take action for others with resentment or hate in your heart. You just won't do it consistently enough to make a true difference. People are humans, generally selfish, so don't get discouraged. Understanding it is part of the process, but the reward should be in knowing you're leading, doing the right thing, and in serving others, serving God as well. That is the reward. Everyone has different stages of life. When you're a teenager, you have a lot of free time. When you have small children, you have basically zero free time. When you get older, and your kids get older, and don't want to hang out with you anymore, you have more free time. So serving looks different at each stage of life. When you're a parent of small children, all your time is devoted to serving those little ones who depend on you for everything. But as your kids get older, they can help you serve, and you lead by example. If you're a younger person, reach out and speak with and learn from older people. It will benefit you both. The people who lead from the front, who lead through action, are the people we look up to through all of history. All the great military heroes from the past that we still remember their names, from Achilles, Alexander the Great to King Leonidas of the 300, all led from the front. They took the most dangerous position in the field, and when their men needed them the most, they were right in the middle of the action where they were needed. What is one of the most common objections to the United States joining a war? It's, well, let's send the kids and grandkids of the people who vote for war first to the front lines. What they are saying is they hate hypocrites, and hypocrites shouldn't lead. Serve others, lead from the front.